Another important fiduciary duty is duty of loyalty. What do we mean by that? That means the officers and directors should stay loyal to the company. What are the instances of breach of it? For example, self-dealing. If a director transacts with a corporation, let's say sells a property of his or her own, or buys a property from the corporation, then there's some self-dealing that can come into play. Okay. The second example is usurpation of corporate opportunity. And for example, directors and officers might encounter an opportunity that the corporation could have exploited if the corporation knew about it. So for example, I'm on the beverage company's board and there's an opportunity to purchase another or merge with a beverage company, but I do not inform the board, and I personally go and maybe even invest in that company without letting the company know. These are problematic because these are corporate opportunities that the corporation that I'm serving on the board could have taken advantage of. The other one is minority shareholder oppression. What do we mean by that? That means if you have a closed corporation, not public, and you have some minority shareholders and then majority shareholders, like 70%, 80% of shares, for example, they start to do things that oppresses the minority shareholders. Let's say they pay themselves high salaries and not giving the minority shareholders any dividends. These are problematic. This could be all a breach of duty of loyalty. In these cases, the courts are the most active. They look at the transactions very closely with the total fairness standards. They look at the process and the fairness of the terms of the contract and the terms on the transactions. And unlike the duty of care that we discussed in another video, that the courts are typically more deferential, not in the mergers acquisitions, but typically they're deferential by giving a broad business judgment rule protection to the board. Here, duty of loyalty, they do not always do that. They actually scrutinize what happened. So it's very important to distinguish between duty of care and duty of loyalty and understand the instances of breach of those important fiduciary duties. Thank you.